There's nothing he does on defense that you can say is positive. There's not one singular thing that you can point to. You can't say
that.
So
Trey Young just standing right there, and then somebody say move Trey, and he just moved.
Y'all trying to tell me that Kyle Lowry is better than Trey Young?
Yeah, Kyle Lowry doesn't bleed value like Trey Young does. That matters a lot.
Kyle Lowry is better than Trey Young.
Y'all do know Kyle Lowry.
Hey, y'all do know with Trey on that team, their path to the championship would have been a whole lot easier. They wouldn't have went 7 with Philly. They wouldn't have went 7 with Philly.
Are you dudes sitting here telling me? I want to make sure that I'm following you guys. Are you dudes sitting here telling me that 2019 Kyle Lowry is better than any version of Trey?
Has more value to my
has more value than Trey Young.
How did Trey Young get to the Eastern Conference Finals though? How did Trey Young get to the Eastern Conference Finals?
He's better for a winning basketball team.
Well, they beat New York and Philly. Inverse on the other end, and Ben Simmons.
Right, and they beat him based on who?
Well, in that game 7, it was more Kevin Hart than anything.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Better might not be the word, but
I'm just saying Trey Young. What he did, we just gonna forget. Like Trey Young just wasn't rolling the dice in New York. We just gonna forget that.
No, we're not. We're not gonna forget
that. Was the first round. That was the first round series. He played really well in that series.
He was amazing.
Yeah, I'm talking about when he got to the conference final.
I remember that series.
He also averaged 6.
Well, there was 2 series. It takes winning 2 series to get to the conference finals. So you win 8 games. So yeah, Trey Young was the best player on the Hawks team that won 8 playoff games. In a notable Philadelphia collapse, which is very well documented. But once again, the Hawks beat who they had to beat.
Yep, right.
Unfortunately, Trey got hurt in the conference finals. So did Giannis, but
you're a two-way person. You value defense. You do breakdowns all the time in your great content platform that you do. Shout out to Rich Man Sports. I think some of this is you also value the fact that you can't be a seed. Like on defense or offense, you can't be a negative. I think the issue that you would have with Trey Young, if he was on your team, he would compromise the entire integrity of your defense every single play.
I don't think my problem would be Trey Young on defense because I know he's not a great defender already. Like I already know that. Obviously,
how would you can't? I'm saying, Jordan, you would get to the point where you couldn't protect your.
I hope the Rockets trade for him.
No, but hold on, because pretty much every team does that most of the time, unless they have a two-way player. Like I could argue, the Nuggets value Jokic offensive more than they value his defense. Like his defense sucks.
No, but you can't attack Jokic. You can't. What I'm saying is, this is where I'm saying you can't have Trey Young will compromise your defensive team integrity more than Jokic and any of those other players.
Yeah, but you're only saying that because of what Jokic brings on the offensive end. Jokic sucks on
I'm
defense.
Talking about his defensive value.
Jokic is on defense.
No, but Jordan, but I want you to think through this though. This one,
let me think through what I'm saying.
Jordan being Jokic being 7 feet tall, an elite defensive rebounder, plus what he does in space. Trey doesn't do any of that. So I'm saying, just Jokic isn't good in space, right? But that's like now Trey can't rebound, can't get steals, can't on-ball defend, can't off-ball defend, can't get in passing lanes. So that's what I'm saying. Like you literally can't make up a defense that could now. The same thing with SGA versus the Suns. At least when you switch out SGA in ISO, you can hope he can help you. But if you're like sitting doubles and everybody Trey Young is guarding, now the 3-pointers are open, the rim's open, the short roll's open. It's just too much. You can't even play 2-3 zone. All I'm doing at that point, I'm taking my big scoring guard at the top of that zone, I'm flattening it out, and now I'm going ISO versus Trey Young. And you can't stop.
Yeah, but my thing is, it sounds good, but at the end of the day, people do a good job of hiding Trey Young on defense. They just put him on the worst player. They put him on the worst player, and then that worst player can't post up. So it's like,
but that's why the NBA changing has made guys like Trey Young worse. And this is why I do relative to era so much. Like I don't think Trey Young is a worse basketball player by any significant amount than he was in 2022 when I think he peaked. But the league has changed. Role players have gotten better. We're at a point now where role players can take advantage of horrible defenders. I watched Shea try to hide on Dylan Brooks, and Dylan Brooks, for most intents and purposes, is a role player. And Dylan Brooks is posting him up. He's ISOing him. Like the fact that role players now, like for example, go back to the finals. When Aaron Gordon was attacking Gabe Vincent, like the fact that you can now have role players who are able to attack mismatches makes it so much harder to hide guys than you could 10 years ago. I remember back in the day when Steph Curry was the guy you had to hide on the Warriors, and they would hide him, once again, no disrespect to these guys, on the Al Farouk Aminus of the world. on the Mo Harklesses of the world. And it was fine because all they would do is stand in the corner and do nothing. Nowadays, that same guy, Steph Curry, who is nowhere close to Trae Young as a defender, I would argue, because of his activity in passing lanes, his activity in rotations, was still a neutral to a positive defender. But that same guy, you couldn't hide him as easily as you could 10 years ago because role players have improved. I think the same thing has happened to Trae Young. 3-4 years ago, you could hide Trae Young more effectively than you can now. And that's not because Trae Young has gotten worse on defense. It's because the league has gotten better on offense. Schemes have gotten better. So it's now harder to hide these guys. Swiper, we can't hear you, but you said Mars do your number.
But stay right there, Swiper.
I also think the same thing, though. I also
you are
think
muted.
As far as what Mars is saying, Swiper. I also think the same thing as what Mars is saying. Like, yes, the league has gotten better as far as with these role players and stuff like that. But I also think it just comes down to coaching. I think it comes down to coaching. Like, if I'm hiding somebody on Trae Young, and if that player beats me, great, like good, like that's the best we can do. But on the other end, I still have Trae Young. Like I feel like y'all. Now I don't want to say y'all because I don't think that's what Mars is doing. But I feel like people get into a point to where they only look at basketball from a perspective of, oh, it's his fault, and it's like, nah, that's not like, that's not realistic. Like realistically, we realistically we got Trae Young. He makes our offense better. We have to figure out a way to scheme this up. Yes, I'm not gonna put Trae Young on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but I will put him on Lou Dort. I'll stick him on Lou Dort. And if Lou Dort is gonna beat me with 30 points, that was our game plan, whether we had Trae Young or not. So like it doesn't even matter. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the way we speaking about Trae Young right now, we speaking of him as if he don't belong in the NBA.
Moss has rolled.
I just think not everyone is made to win championships.
No,
I agree. Not every team win them, but I'm saying he definitely gives you a better shot to win the championship than Emmanuel Quickly. Like,
what I'm asking, because you made an interesting point, Moss, about role players getting better. Have these guys always been this good, and then now they just expanded? Offenses, schemes have gotten better. And the reason why I'm bringing that up, Mars, is because the first thing I think about is, and I keep bringing up this name, is guys like Jeremy Lin. So Jeremy Lin is a rotation guy. He comes in and he just gets busy. With Jeremy Lin getting busy, there's a bunch of guys in the league going, I'm nice like that too. But like to your point, Amino, I got to go stand in the corner because that's not our offense. If I was involved in the offense, and if there were schemes that were more tailored to my game, then maybe I can get busier than what I'm already doing. Norman Powell is a prime example of that. Norman Powell, even though he was playing behind guys who were better than him, he still is a baller. He still is a damn good rotation guy. So now we're in a space with guys like Trae Young, who, I mean, his game hasn't really advanced that much. I mean, he still does point guard things. He's still awesome as a point guard distributor. He's still awesome as a point guard, one of the best distributors in the game. I do think that he can knock down a shot. I don't think that he's as efficient that I would like him to be, but I feel like in today's game, I feel like the role players and the rotation guys, I still think that they were awesome 5-8 years ago. I just think that schemes have changed, and I think that because schemes have changed, they've made these guys I think that they've made these guys look way better. Because the schemes
there just aren't as many Bruce Bowens and PJ Tuckers anymore, Alfred Aminos, and these guys, these sort of like these three.
I could argue PJ Tucker better than a lot of people.
Yeah, that's not really my debate. I think more or less my debate is that these guys were standstill shooters as opposed to guys who could dribble past shoot. Like when you look at a guy like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, even if you look at a guy like McDaniels, right? They're just better. Like, and not necessarily better at what they do, but necessarily what they're asked to do is so much more expansive. Like they're asked to put the ball on the ground. They're secondary playmakers. They're able to attack closeouts. They're able to, catch threes off of movement. It's just not as stationary as it used to be, where you just kick it out to Bruce Bowen, because I can hide Trae Young on Bruce Bowen. I can do that, but I cannot. Yeah, but I can't hide Trae Young on McDaniels.
Yeah, you can, because to the same point
you cannot.
You can. Sam McDaniels, who couldn't attack Shangoon a year ago, by the way. What kind of events?
Yeah,
Jaden McDaniels?
Hold on.
Look at him. He's leveled up.
Jaden McDaniels from Minnesota. You can't. I'm listening.
I'm going to tell you why you can. Because at the end of the day, if Jaden McDaniels beat us, great. Like if he beat us, we're going to bank on him beating us. And by the way, if he do beat us and he keep attacking Trae Young and having these games, guess what? His ass not gonna be on the Minnesota Timberwolves for long. He gonna want a different role. Like that's what happens when guys start doing the shit that y'all say they can do, oh, well, we're going to attack him and we're going to have this hell of a game.
Well,
If McDaniels go out there and give Trae Young 35 for the series, McDaniels not going to stay on the Timberwolves for long. Okay. I can tell you that.
It's not about 35. You don't need to put 35 on the other team. You could just score like 10 points in a quarter and the game is over. Like the wrong quarter, the game is over. If Jaden McDaniels, look, I don't want to have to, say this like so candidly, but like I think Trae Young, with how bad he is defensively, you have to be like funneling the offense through him to justify him being even a starter on a team.
We just saw this. We did. We just saw this in the playoffs last year in 25 when we saw what Pete was the kid from Dallas.
PJ Washington.
Yeah, we saw what he did when we're going to actively make him shoot the basketball, right? That's what we're going to do, right?
Trae, Trae is a different level of awful because he, unlike a lot of other poor defenders, he doesn't even stand in place. He doesn't even offer resistance, Jordan. He doesn't get back in transition. He doesn't.
But isn't that what we're doing?
There's nothing he does on defense that you can say is positive. There's not one singular thing that you can point to. You can't say that. So
Trae Young just standing right there, and then somebody say move Trae, and he just moves.
Bro, like he is a pylon. He is the definition.
You know what, guys?
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. Where the check throw smoke and the host go ham. You ain't never seen hoops all hit the raw. Every take got weight, every night we drop. This that barbershop. Courtside, worldwide tone. Welcome to the only show that really feel like numbers jumping like the score.